So we have Matthew saying, when going with a PC, are diced hose the most appropriate choice?
Sure.
They're extremely appropriate. It's a question of whether you want to invest in them or not for your particular look.
Are they the most appropriate? I'm just taking it the way that he wrote the question.
Yeah, it's appropriate is an interesting word to parse out.
They are appropriate with a PC. Yes, 100%. Diced hose are definitely appropriate with PC. Argyle hose are absolutely appropriate with a PC. Yeah. Regular colored hose are appropriate with a PC. So there's no more or less appropriate. It's just kind of how you want your outfit to look.
Yeah, I think it's about the tone. Diced and Argyle hose are, as you probably already know this, are some of the oldest hose designs there are. So if you want an extremely traditional look, like, really timeless or maybe a bit retro back to turn of the century or even prior, Victorian age, then that's a great way to nail it. A solid color pair of hose is much more common these days, and so you could argue it's a little bit more of a contemporary kind of a look. But it's if you have them, absolutely flaunt them. I mean, they're awesome. Not as many people wear them these days simply because of I think cost, probably, would you say, or availability?
Yeah, and it takes a certain personality to pull them off to a degree, because they're very. You're mixing patterns. A lot of guys do not want to mix patterns, so they'll want to wear a tartan kilt and then solid shirt, solid tie, solid hose.
Just feels safer.
Yes, it feels safer. There's less of a chance for a mistake. Also, the people that are matchy-matchy, would not necessarily want to wear a black watch tartan kilt with red and black diced hose. It's very traditional. It's fine.
Extremely traditional,
but it still doesn't match. And I'm talking about the American matchy-matchy thing.
Yeah, I get
so it's absolutely appropriate. Is it for everyone? No. That's kind of where I land on it.
Yeah, but it's very definitely it smacks of you really know what you're doing.
Yeah,
and you are really up to your eyeballs in the tradition and being knowledgeable about the tradition. So along those lines, I'd say it's a great idea.
Yes, mixing patterns such as diced hose or Argyle hose with the kilt. Although the Argyle really aren't mixing; they're just the different colored version of the kilt.
Yeah.
Typically, mixing patterns when done well, I agree 100%. Really lets you stand out, lets you explore a little bit more or project more personality. It can look extremely sharp if done well. It could also look a dog's dinner if done poorly.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of know what you're doing a little bit. But I'll take it to the on a little bit of an angle to pattern tweeds with kilts.
Yeah.
Or country check kind of shirts or
window
those kind
pane,
of things.
window pane.
Yeah.
Tweeds and stuff like that. Yeah.
What the heck's the official word for the shirt? Mac, what's the word for the shirt?
Tattersall.
Tattersall. Yeah. So Tattersall shirts, window pane checks, those kind of things can look great with the kilt, but it takes a bold kind of personality to pull it off because it's not an exact match and you're doing something different. You're mixing patterns, but if you know what you're doing, it can look really, really sharp.
Or at least experience.
Yeah.
When you're comfortable with the tones and the colors and the tartan, and in your mind easily what looks right with it, then it's like, when you see that shirt randomly in the store, it's like, will that look good?
That'll
with my
match
kilt?
Yeah,
exactly. Which I'm assuming that's what you do. I mean, you don't always know you're going to find a shirt that matches X tartan. It's just aha.
Yeah, I will shop for a Tattersall shirt based on my knowledge of what I have in my closet and say, okay, this shirt could work with this or this. This one just a window pane, like a red window pane on a white shirt. Okay, that can match anything with a red stripe in it. So I like mixing patterns in that way. And I think I do a reasonable job of it. I don't think I'm necessarily the best, but I think I do a pretty good job.
At the risk of sounding like a suck up, I think you do a great job.
Thank you.
I will give one corollary to the Dyson Argyle's hose thing. If you're doing them, I do not recommend personally using tartan flashes. I think that's a little bit much. I would and is smacks of being not as traditional. Mac's nodding like he agrees too. I would say stick with the solid color flashes or garter ties if you're going to do that.
Yep.